Okay, hi everyone. My name is Fred, and I'll be talking about how to use the debugger in Go. So let's delve right into GoLang debugging. So first of all, who am I? Really? I don't know. I should probably speak more. I enjoy coding and DevOps, and my GitHub's at the bottom. Who cares about me? Let's talk about what Delve is. So from their README, they said that Delve is a debugger for the Go programming language, and the goal is to provide a simple, full-featured debugging tool for Go. It should be easy to invoke and easy to use, and yeah, it is easy to invoke and easy to use. So how does it work? There are three parts to it: the UI layer, the symbolic layer, and the target layer. The UI layer would be either the CLI or the IDE that you use to connect to the uh, Delve server, basically the debugging server, and then see all the code and running. The symbolic layer would be when you build the binary, the symbols that are inside the binary, so the debugger knows basically where in the real code the current process is running. And then there's a target layer, which is the actual running process or binary, which is the actual code. So three simple layers. And how do you install it? It's as simple as just doing the go install. Uh, yeah, just go install their thing. If you used Go before, this is very familiar. And if you've set up Go properly, um, then once you've run this command, you should just be able to use the DLV command to do the rest, like we will just show. So over here, this is an example of running the debugger from the source code itself. So in here, the important thing that shows um, that this is from the source code is the delve debug, um, the debug keyword at the start. So quick rundown the different keywords here. So headless means running the delve server without the CLI client connected. So in our case, as I'll show you later, we will run it this way and then connect to it via VS Code. Listen is what port the server will be running on. WD is the working directory of the running binary. So, for example, if you want the code the binary to be run, but the actual working location to be another place, like if it's reading configs or something like that, you'd set the WD parameter logs, just logs basically the actions that have been done with the debugger. API version is they have API version 1, API version 2. API version 1 is deprecated, but for some reason, by default, Delve uses it. I don't know why. And then after the two tags at the end is whatever CLI arguments that you want to actually pass into the build binary. And then there is running the debugger via a already built binary. So all that you have to do for this is when you actually build your Go binary, you just have to add the GCF flags to N, capital N, and lowercase l. And basically what those do is disable the compiler optimization, which just makes sure you don't accidentally like lose symbols or things get put in incorrect order, and just make it easier for the debugger to work. And then once you have the built binary, you basically just run the same delve command but without the debug. And at the end, you just do exec and then the binary itself. And so that's just really all that you need to explain. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys an example of using it.
Ooh, demo. Demo. Debug John's code.
I don't have that. You didn't give it to me. So instead, what I decided to do was I just got the example of GoGen just in their README, basically a simple GET request, just so we could show it happening. So over here, I will show you both the if you built the binary, like, or if you use it via the delve command. So can you guys see my terminal?
Yep.
If you could enhance like one time, that'd be great. It's a little smaller on the stream.
That better.
Awesome. Thanks, Fred.
No problem. So this is the delve debug command, though a little bit cut short. So if I run this over here, it says it's currently launched. And then if I go to my launch.json, if I go over here, you will see two configs, which is connect to server, which all it does is basically connect to the host, which in this case is localhost, and to the port, which is 2345. As you saw how I configured it over here. And so if I go ahead and go to the debugging and do the connect to server, you'll see that it actually connected. So now if I go here and do localhost 8080, you'll see now that I'm debugging the run binary. And if I go continue, you see it does the response as it should. So literally as simple as that. And running an actual binary is not that different. So you would do go build with the flags and then run delve again. So now with the debug. So just basically remove the debug statement and add the exec. It also would help if I knew how to type. Test, it's running again. Connect to server. It starts, it's connected, and then I can just go here, refresh, and there I'm in the debugger. I see the variables, the current variables, and all this call stack, and just normal VS Code debugging. And oh yeah, one thing is if you want to use it with VS Code, you just need to install the VS Code Go extension, and then you could basically use it. And yeah, so that's it. Shout out to Peter Lai. He did He did a presentation on Delve in CUP 2020. I'm pretty sure that's a conference in Hong Kong, and his slides were help at the beginning to basically break down how Delve works. But you could try to see the talk, but I'm pretty sure he was talking in Chinese, not English at least, so I couldn't understand it at all. But yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. Is there any other GoLang debuggers that are popular that other people like stand by besides Delve?
Not really. I think there are 2 or 3 more, but not as simple as Delve. Just as you saw, you really just do go install like any other module, and you could easily just run it on any built binaries.
Cool.
And one nice thing, I'm not sure if I said it or not, but one nice thing about using Delve and the Delve server is that you could run the binary on a remote system, which will then allow you to basically, if you don't have a problem localhost but on a separate server, you can actually debug live on said server, which is another really cool thing. Okay.